Mhm. Right. No, we can do it. That is with that is with the object only, correct? You got it? And we want to create a polymorphic function. So this is the polymorphic function. The same function will take any object, and it can trigger any but area should be defined in the classes. What are the you understood? The whole idea here is that we need to single function to be used to access the same method of different kind. You got it? That is a overall picture. Like length function I discussed here, right? The same length function being used to find the length of any given data type. Yeah, make sense? All right, that's the overall picture. And let's get into other topic. Guys, these are a very easy topic, guys. You don't see. I'm making it more easier. Understood? So with the easy examples, even in interview also, if they ask, you can give the same example. Okay, nothing else is required. Next one is, so before getting into abstraction and other things, we need to understand few other concepts. Okay, so the concept name is access specifiers. So access specifiers, the name itself, one second. Yeah. So the name itself, right? Access specifiers. So what it says, access specifiers, which would talk about who has access, who does not have access. You got it? You have to specify what need to be accessed from whom. You got it? Yeah. Let's try that. Before that, let me create some note file access to. Okay. Yeah. So guys, and one second, I don't want to record that. Yeah, guys, one more important thing is you must understand the concepts because of the ease of delivery, right? And one more important thing is you should always refer review. Understood? You should be ready. Let's say even if midnight, if you ask question, for example, hey, what is decorator? What is iterator? What is generator? You should be in a position to answer it. You got it? So you should always sharpen up your knife. Whenever there is a war, we should go and hit it. You got it? Until we should be in a ready state. If there is a one call schedule, that interview schedule, one interview schedule, that position is mine. That's how you should think. Imagine you don't have any other position. No, 10 ఉన్నాయి. I'll give all 10. ఏదో ఒకటి లక్కీ డ్రాలో విన్ అయిపోతాం అనుకోవద్దు. నాట్ రిక్వైర్డ్. సో లైక్ ఇఫ్ దట్ ఈస్ ద కేస్, లైక్ నేను అవసరమే లేదు మీకు. అండర్స్టూడ్? యూ కెన్ డైరెక్ట్లీ గో అండ్ అక్కడికి కాకపోతే 10 ఇచ్చుకొని ఏదో ఒక దాంట్లో దొరుకుతుంది. అండర్స్టూడ్? బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ద మేబీ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఆర్ ఎనీథింగ్ ఎల్స్, ఎక్స్క్లూజెడ్ రీజన్స్. బట్ ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే వీ షుడ్ రెడీ విత్ అవర్ నైఫ్స్. అర్థమైందా? అందుకే కదా ఇంత టాపిక్ చెప్తున్నాను. సో ఇదంతా కూడా అవసరమా చెప్పండి? అండర్స్టూడ్? వై ఐఎమ్ స్పెండింగ్ సో మచ్ టైమ్ ఆన్ ఆల్ ద టాపిక్స్. మీరు ఊప్స్ అనేది మీరు అందరూ వినే ఉంటారు కదా. ఊప్స్ అనేది వన్ ఆఫ్ ద డిఫికల్ట్ టాపిక్, కరెక్ట్? బట్ హౌ వీ వర్ సింప్లిఫైయింగ్ ఇట్ హియర్. అండర్స్టూడ్? వీ వర్ సింప్లిఫైయింగ్ ఇట్ ఇన్ వెరీ వెరీ ఈజియెస్ట్ వే as పాసిబుల్. అండర్స్టూడ్? నాకు తెలిసి ఇంకా ఈజియెస్ట్ అయితే నాకు తెలిసి ఏముండదు. ఐ గివెన్ ఆల్ ద చీటింగ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, బెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ బెస్ట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్, రైట్? యా. ఈవెన్ for sure there is a damn sure question on hey, can you explain about whoops? ఆ క్వశ్చన్ అడిగినాడంటే ఇంకా వాడు మొత్తం ఇంటర్వ్యూ అంతా నీదే అనమాట. దట్స్ హౌ వి షుడ్ స్పీక్. In whoops, there are mainly four pillars. When it comes to whoops, there are classes and objects. So classes is the blueprint. Object is object is created by using the blueprint. And when it comes to whoops, there are mainly four pillars of it: inheritance, abstraction, polymorphism, and encapsulation. When it comes to inheritance, there are again five different types of inheritance. Talk about all this, and polymorphism, explain this. Abstraction, explain that. Right? See, did you understood how you are acing the interview? That's how we should speak out. Got it, huh? So so yeah, question 100% అడుగుతారు. ఎందుకంటే దట్ ఈస్ ద టఫెస్ట్, ఓప్స్ ఇస్ టఫెస్ట్ కాన్సెప్ట్. వాడు కంపల్సరీగా హీ వాంట్ టు హ్యావ్ అ టచ్ బేస్. ఆ క్వశ్చన్ అడిగినారంటే మాత్రం మొత్తం గ్రైండ్ చేసేసాను అతన్ని. అండర్స్టూడ్. సో దట్ ఏంటంటే ఇంత కష్టమైన టాపిక్ ఇంత ఈజీ చెప్పాడా? ఓకే. దిస్ ఇస్ అ సెలెక్ట్ గాయ్. నువ్వు అది వేరేది కొద్దిగా మంచి పర్ఫార్మ్ అవుతున్నా కానీ ఇంత చెప్పినాడు అంటే దిస్ ఇస్ సెలెక్ట్ గాయ్. వి షుడ్ క్రియేట్ దట్ ఇంటెన్స్ దేర్. గైస్ అర్థమవుతుందా? See, even for me, if someone take interview, right, that's not to be interview. Again, I'll be give one more session there. That's how it happened. Right? No, even what we can say, my student used to tell me during those times, right? Whenever there is a question, it's not that he's asking question. I am taking the interview. It went like that, right? No, no, no. You should be see because I transfer the knowledge. You're no more a kid, right? I transfer complete knowledge. You should be in a position to answer it. And also I'll prepare all the questions. We already had a lot of interview questions shared with you guys recent times, right? You worked on it, you prepared it. Similar note, I'll also prepare so many other questions on all the topics. We should be ready. We will also go with mock interviews. Understood? So that is a catch there. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we will go with other topics. Yeah. The next topic is access specifiers. 5 ERS. Okay. In access specifiers, primarily there are three. Okay. So public, the very first one is public. Second one is protected. Protected. Third one is private. Got it? Okay. So here, public, protected, and private. Right. So when it comes to public, right? We don't have any symbol, meaning whatever we are defining, right? We don't have a no prefix. Hey, anyone going to office today? No, right? Okay, nice. No prefix. And when it comes to protected, single underscore. Example, get function, some function name, but we had a single underscore as prefix. Okay. No, just like a naming convention case. So when we are defining normal name, right? Get function, something like that. So we had a prefix. I think I don't want to do it, but anyway. So single underscore. When it comes to private means double underscore. Prefix with double hundred. Guess clear? Huh? So public, private, protective. Understood? Yeah. So let's discuss about public. Okay. So public by default, it's any class member, right? Those all are public only. So for example, when we are defining, any method or anything, let's say, so think about this. Let's say class. So let me write a sample class, for example, my class, right? And I'll have a sector underscore. Now, did you understood what is this double underscore? When something is prefixed with double underscore, what does really mean? It's a private. Yeah, got it. right? So here and here, let me pass some data value, for example, or we can directly take this inherent example. That's okay. Yeah. Self dot value self dot value equal to value. Understood. So here, what did you notice? So this is what, guys? This is a public. This is a public attribute. Got it, huh? Right. Now, let me create a method. Method does not have any prefix with underscore. So say I'm just directly writing public method so that you will understand easily. Okay. So I would say print am a public method. Guys, got it? So why and importantly, why it is required? Why access specifiers are required? So we can restrict access to something else, right? So this would tell us what needs to be like whether if it is a public, protective, and private, like what is the access levels of that attribute or method. You got it? So that talks about it. Yeah, correct. Now if I do this now, this you already aware. This example you already aware how here how it works. I can create a object. Let's say obj equal to right my class. Understood. My class required what required? Mandatorily value. Got it? Yeah. So when you do this, so I'm accessing the what here? Say print object dot value. Got it? So here suppose creating an object of my class, right? And what is this? Accessing the public attribute, correct? No, makes sense, is it? Accessing the public attribute and print is not required because we are already printing here directly. Obj dot object dot public method. Got it? So what is this? Accessing the public method. Guys, makes sense, huh? You understood how it is working? So what in today, like recent times, whatever we have worked, right? Those all are public methods and public attributes. Make sense, huh? Does this make sense to you? Yeah. Now let's go with the protected. So next is protected. This is like Excel. Let me do one thing. Refactor. Not refactor. Refactor. This is like public. Okay. Now similar note. Let me write a protected. So protected means what? So how many underscore? Single underscore. Got it? Now you will understand. See, when I write something, same, I think I'll use the same example. Same underscore. But what I'll do is now here value, right? I would write instead of this underscore protected. Protected underscore value equal to value, for example. Okay. So this is a protected attribute. Understood? Guys, understood how protected attribute is it is there? Hmm? Yeah. And how we can write a protected method now? Same thing. Instead of public here, just say single underscore. Right. Protected method. Make sense? And you would say instead of this public, a protected method. Got it? Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an object for this. My class be equal to my class. My class of 20, for example. Got it? And if there is an object, now trigger and see everything looks good, right? And here, if you see now, see we created what? We created object, right? Now we want to access the access the private attribute, right? Create an object for okay. Next object dot print. For example, I want to print the protected object now. Protected attribute object dot. What did you notice here? If I do object dot, so did you see that object? Yes or no? Generally, in general, they should display, right? For example, if I go back here, when I go back here, see, I'm trying to access the attribute, this one. Okay. So if I go and directly put a dot, it is available. Did you see this? This attribute, public attribute is available. In the same note, when I go back here, do the same thing, right? Nothing else, right? See, do the same thing. That what did you notice? That attribute is no more available. Did you understood? So this is how, like since not available, so this is how the protective. No, once again. So we created a object, and this is the predicted object is not available, right? But still, generally, to make restricted, that's why we will keep that information. So why it is important, right? So it would help us to protect some data or some attributes or methods. We will not disclose to the we will not see this is something which is specific to this class. For example, I don't want to have implemented in other place around. For example, that time we will create such kind of attributes and methods. Okay, but still, if you want to access, there is a way to do it, but actually not recommended. We will not encourage to do that. Actually, I would say I'll put this one as well. Hash. I would say protected value error. No, even if you try this, you will get error. Did you see this? But if you see here, but how we can access? You can access with the same name. Understood? Huh? So with underscore we can access. Error reason is it is protected, but not recommended, not protected. So what is the not recommended way? So print object dot. So if you want to access the protected method, so that's where it is not displaying, right? If you see, even if you, I think if you scroll down, did you see anywhere? No, correct. Yeah. In order to access this, how you can do is you can use object dot underscore. Now, did you see? If you put underscore, then it is displaying it. Clear, huh? Yeah. So if you see underscore protective value, it's an attribute, right? This way you can access, but it's not recommended. Yes, clear. Huh? Somehow we were hiding the information, but still, if you want, if you are good at programming, you can still access it. If you know how to access the data, we can access this. Got it? And even this is not recommended again. Yeah, I think that I can print it. That's okay. Object dot underscore. What is the name? What is the method name? We also had a protected method, right? Uh, right. Make sense? If I execute this, you would see all the information. Yeah, makes sense, huh? Now, do you understood like why the protective, protective to be used? It is to restrict the access. As simple as that. Protective means, not only this access specifier rights, we have to restrict certain level of access to the certain functionalities. That is the purpose where we will use, single underscore, double underscore, and all. But in general, majority of the cases, we will not use protective and private. We will always go and use public, public access specifier. Got it? Huh? Any confusion in this? It is yeah, basically for internal use actually. Okay, so public is protective is generally user intended for internal use within this class. If you want to try something else, right? In the basic scenario, in the application development, right? Even what I do is for within this class, if I want to try something else, I just use that because this class might be inherited from another classes, for example. But I want to restrict this access, right? If they put if they create object dot, this should not display. I want to hide this, for example. That time we will go ahead and use the protected and private attribute and methods. Does this make sense to everyone? Yeah, right. Next one is, but still, see, but if it is intended, if you want to use it, still you can use this way. Got it, huh? But accidental damage, we can get rid of it. Yeah, makes sense. So here, value. Okay, what is the last one? Private. For private also, same thing only. Instead of single underscore, this time double underscore only. Got it? Single underscore method, double underscore. Instead of public, say private. Hey, Molly, you getting? Right. Next, last one is private. So private members, again, private members are like, we can use prefix with a double underscore. Mm, actually, why it is important is it would the use case use case is uh, harder to harder to, I would say, mm, access. So more than this, more than Private is very, very uh, more protective. In single word, private is more protective than protected. You got it? So that's where a double underscore. Okay. Uh, Private. I'm a private method. Yeah. So in this case, for example, um, if I create a object for this, let's say obj equal to my class. Let's say, for example, 34 I given. We go and trigger, all good so far. Okay. And if you want to access, this time it is highly impossible. So print object dot. If you see, you don't see any method or any attribute, right? Did you see this? Even even if you know this, even if you know the attribute, for example, this is the private attribute, right? If you copy this, if you paste it here, if you try this, still it is very hard, right? Did you observe that? So at least in the protective, if I use the same variable name with a prefix underscore with the attribute, we were able to get it. Got it? In the protected. This worked in the protected. Got it? And we want to more protective. But if you see the same thing only, double underscore value, right? See here, it is not accessible. You got it? Even if I want to go with the other one, let's say obj dot, and I want to use the protected private method, double underscore method. Let's say if I pass this, for example, even did you see this? My class object has no attribute private method. See, it is basically restricting the access of the methods and attributes. So, what is the access specifiers, right? You can say, hey, it would help us to restrict the access so that we can protect certain attributes and methods. We let's say basically if it is protected and private, it is only meant for doing internal logic, internal operations. And if someone inherited this attribution methods, we want to restrict the access. We don't want to give access to some other class to access this data. Understood? So that is the scenario where we will use this kind of concepts, access specifiers. Got it? But still, if you want to use, for example, this is not working, right? So here, when you see here, mm, obj, right? Yeah, restricted to access the attributes and methods. Got it, huh? Restricted to access the attributes and methods. Understood? Now, if you want to do some more, let's say, but still, if you want to use, but not recommended, since we know not recommended, because so these concepts, right, in general, regular programmers, developers, they don't know how to play with this kind of data. Understood? So basically this kind of methods we will create. See, I'll create this method and I can access only within this function. That kind of scenario only, internal uses of this class, within this class, then only we will use this. Okay. But still, if you want to use through the object, for example, yeah, still you can do it. Still you can get this actually, but it's not straightforward. So since it's access specifiers, right? So like object dot, what's the class name? You class, see, one level of one level of protected, like single underscore. What's the class name? My class, right? What is your class name? My class only, no? See my class. My class, and again double underscore. What is the method? What is that? What's the attribute? Value, is it? Right. Okay. Let's try this. And let me comment this too. There is an error. Okay. Now, so when I do this, did you see this? Still, it is showing yellow color only. Understood. It is unresolved. But if I tried this object name dot under single underscore predicted class double underscore value. This way you can access. Just clear, huh? So no one will do this, right? In general. So that's where the restricting the access of attributes and methods. Okay. In the same style, if you want to access the private method, you can do it in the same style. Obj dot right, single underscore, what is the class name? My class, right? My class, uh, double underscore. Did you see there is no dot, guys, in between? My class dot and all. Got it? Yeah. And private. Makes sense, huh? Got it? Did you see? Now, did you understood the concept of public, private, and predicted? Hmm? But it's nice. This is nice, right? In general. But see, that's what there is a question on this as well. Hey, can you explain about public, private, and protective? So based on this, the next session, the abstraction, encapsulation, those things will be relying actually. That's where I want to discuss now. Otherwise, again, I have to repeat this session here. Right? Yeah. All right. No, actually, see, this is Python does not, natively strict in access in general, but with this prefix, we are hiding some certain information from the loss. Got it? So I would recommend you to work on these things quickly, maybe, and so once you are comfortable and fine, yeah, even with my flexibility, we can move on to other topics today again. Yeah, I'll try to cope up because I don't want to get tired again, right? So guys, these are very very important and interview ready examples. Okay, ready to use examples for interview, meaning ready to cook, right? So no, ready to eat, right? So same examples for interview also. Even you can explain the same example. Did you see? With one example, I just made a small tricks and discuss this concept. Do you think it's easy to discuss all the concepts? Like we started at 7:35, right? Within I think most likely approximately 1 hour, including the break. So we covered polymer prism. We also covered access specifiers. So we will go we will also increase speed. I hope you are matching with the speed, right? And yeah, we want to get into yeah, AI guys. So take a break. This will be shared instantly so that you can uh, yeah, instantly work on after your breakfast. I feel yeah. All right.